Let's meet the first pitch for today's game. Please welcome our own Rapid the Dog. Here he comes. Alrighty, Rapid. You ready to throw a strike? You gotta fetch the ball, Rapid. Alrighty, Rapid, let's see a strike. Booyah! Great job, Rapid. And now, please welcome the starting lineup for your 2025 Springfield Drifters! Leading off for the Drifters, the center fielder from the University of Northern Colorado, number 17, Aiden Gebhard. Batting second, the first baseman from Umpqua Community College, number 43, Noah Cox. Batting third, the shortstop from Bushnell University, number 1, Chase Nye. Batting fourth, the left fielder from Bushnell University, number 34, Dylan Carson. Batting fifth, the second baseman from the University of Michigan, number 4, Cooper Mullins. Batting sixth, the right fielder from the University of Portland, number 22, Nolan Miller. Hitting seventh, the designated hitter from UNLV, number 28, DJ Lewis. Batting eighth, the third baseman from the University of Southern California, number 21, Logan Hanma. And batting ninth, the catcher, number 46, Caden Gould. Out of Linfield University. And starting on the mound for the Drifters, the righty from Lynn Benton Community College, number 31, Noah Dewey. Managing today's game, Drifters skipper Jeff Lyle, as assisted by pitching coach Dean Stiles, assistant coaches Matt Hubbs, Sam Olson, and Liam Kerr, and our athletic trainer, Dr. Randy Bruner. Fans, please rise and remove your caps for the singing of our national anthem, sung today by Dave Gustafson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we watched at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home
be seated.
Back for day number 3 of this 3-game series between the Walla Walla Sweets and your Springfield Drifters. Drifters 0-2 on the season after dropping yesterday's game 7-5. Hello and welcome to beautiful Hamlin Sports Complex. Knight Jarecki, happy to be with you this afternoon. Springfield looking to avoid the sweep today against the Sweets. It's been a very good series so far. Competitive games, pretty close games. Walla Walla picking up a save in each of them. As both games, the Sweets scored 7 runs, the Drifters 5 runs in game number 1 and 4 runs yesterday. Now back for game number 3 of the season, and the Drifters look to avoid going 0-3. We got a pregame interview coming up right now. Monty Tenney, our PA announcer and media intern. He sat and talked things over with one of our players, Nolan Miller. He had an excellent day yesterday with a couple of RBI doubles. Nolan Miller and Monty Tenney. They talked things over before this game, caught up a little bit. Here is that interview with Miller.
Late.
It felt good. We're just seeing it well, staying simple. Had some conversation with Coach Lau pregame and just making adjustments to the swing and just trying to stay directional through the middle. So I was able to just take that into the game and saw a lot of success with that.
Yeah, those first 2 at-bats, what were you looking for when you made contact with the ball?
I was just, that first at-bat, he was just kind of peppering the fastball, so I was just making sure I was on time to that. Knowing he had a solid breaker, so knew that was in his back pocket, but was really just hunting that fastball away and ended up getting it and kind of elevated it, but just missed it. But was able to put a good swing on it and score a couple runs for the guys.
Yeah, and then the second one, was it the same thing?
Second one, yeah, same thing. Just worked through the middle, get another fastball, and yeah, so same approach.
There you go. How did it feel to bring Chase in twice in one night?
It's pretty cool. Kind of thought he was. Did he score? Sorry.
You're good.
Did he score on the first one?
I think he scored both of them. I could be wrong.
Damn, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I thought the first one he didn't, but it was pretty cool.
I can look back.
Pretty
How
cool
did
to
it
have.
feel to
Pretty cool to have bringing him in twice, and just helpful that other guys ahead of me were getting on base. It gave me those opportunities to drive in runs.
Now, obviously, despite 2 losses, you guys, the offense is playing really well. You're getting it going. What do you guys need to make adjustments on defense in order to get a win?
Just playing looser. I think guys are still getting to know each other, knowing their capabilities. But I mean, we're right there. We're just kind of making a bunch of mental mistakes. So just keep putting in the work 4 games, and it'll take care of itself. What's
the biggest thing that coach has been going over with you guys after the last 2 games?
He's really just keep getting closer together. All of us have the tools and capability to play at this level with these guys, and we're kind of just beating ourselves. So just going out there and having fun, making routine plays that we make all season long. Like no need to change anything, so just keep doing what we're doing. And
So that was Monty talking things over with Nolan Miller as we're off and rolling at 4:02. No balls and 1 strike. A couple of minutes earlier than scheduled here today on this Sunday afternoon. Fouled off by Tristan Schaefer. No balls and 2 strikes here on the top of the first inning. Tristan Schaefer, Trevor T., Tanner Kern, 1, 2, 3. Zane Bidwell, Isaiah Chacon, and John Porter Strother, batters 4, 5, and 6. Caleb Richter, Nigel Folland, and Davis Gray, batter 7, 8, and 9. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Tristan Schaefer, the leadoff man for Walla Walla. Off and rolling at 4:02, a couple of minutes earlier than scheduled. This is the first ever 4 p.m. start, technically a 4:05 start on a Sunday for the Springfield Drifters. The 1-2 pitch drops in, called strike 3 as Noah Dewey starts his day with a backwards K. 1 out in the top of the first inning. Brings up Trevor T., the shortstop. T in the 2 spot today. Yesterday, T was batting 6, so gets a big boost up in the lineup today. And game number 3 of the season. T, the right-handed hitter from Colorado Mesa University, going up against Dewey, a right-hander from Lynn Benton Community College. Pitches outside, 1 ball and no strikes, the T. Typically on Sundays for the first 3 seasons, the Drifters had games at 1:05. But today we're off and rolling at 4:02. 1-0 pitch, swung on and miss. 1-1 to T. Batting .286 on the young season. 2 hits, 7 at-bats, 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and a walk overall. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Up and inside, 2-1. T from Poway, California. Went to Poway High School, where he hit .282 as a senior. Now spending his summer with the Sweets. 2-1 pitch. Fastball looked at. It's in the zone for a strike, 2-2. Noah Dewey, originally from Corvallis, Oregon, went to Crescent Valley High School. Just wrapped up his second season at Lynn Benton, where he won the NWAC championship this past week. 2-2. Fastball down and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes to T. Roadrunners going back-to-back, so Dewey, back-to-back NWAC championships. Was on the team in 23, did not play in 24, and then back in 25 where he appeared in 15 games. Fastball outside, and it's going to be a walk to Trevor T. So a man at first base, 1 out in the top of the first inning, 0-0 the score, and the 3-hole hitter, Tanner Kern, will come to the dish. Kern, a sophomore from Sacramento State. No appearances with the Hornets this past season, and now starts in the first 3 games of the season with the Sweets. Takes a pitch high. 1 ball and no strikes. Seeing some comments today, it looks like the center field camera maybe got knocked off a little bit yesterday. So we'll have to work on that potentially over the weekend. I guess it is the weekend, but we might have to work on that tomorrow. It's always that first game of the season, first series of the year, where we always run into issues. Breaking ball in for a strike, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Not sure when that got adjusted, or I guess crooked. We'll do our best to try to work on that. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch is outside, 2-2. Kern this season, 2 for 7 with an RBI, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Hitless yesterday after a 2-hit performance in game number 1 of the season. 2-2 pitch. Down and inside, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Kern. 2-year varsity member at Archbishop Mitty High School out in San Jose. Three-2. Down and inside, and that's going to advance T to second base. Back-to-back walks for Dewey after the opening strikeout. Brings up Zane Bidwell, the third baseman. So Bidwell in the box, junior from Umpqua Community College. And stepping off the mound is Dewey. Dewey looks back towards second base, now kicks and delivers. Pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Bidwell this season batting .500. Up to the cleanup spot today, 2 for 3 yesterday with a triple and 2 runs scored. RBI in game number 1 and a 1 for 3 performance. Pitch from Dewey, a breaking ball. Off the edge of the plate, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss by Bidwell. 1-2. Noah Dewey this past season at Lynn Benton, 15 appearances. Started 1 game with a 1-1 record, 3 saves overall. 29 innings pitched, 14 earned runs, 25 strikeouts, 18 walks. 1-2 pitch. Bidwell lines it to left field. It's down for a base hit. Fielding out on a couple of hops is Dylan Carson. The throw comes home, but so does Trevor T. It's an RBI single for Zane Bidwell, as the Sweets are on the board to start here in the top of the first, 1-0, Walla Walla with the lead. First hit of the game to Zane Bidwell as he stays hot. 3 straight games with a hit for Bidwell. Now runners at first and second with 1 out in the top of the first. Brings up Isaiah Chacon. First pitch, in for a strike, 0-1. Chacon, a junior from Lewis Clark State College. Played with the Ridgefield Raptors last season. Now with the Walla Walla Sweets. The 0-1 pitch. Slider that drops in for a strike, 0-2. Chacon, 1 for 2 on the season, 2 runs scored with 3 walks. Patient hitter at the plate. The 0-2. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chacon last season at this ballpark had a 3 for 5 performance with a couple of doubles, 3 RBIs. Really ate up the Drifters. 1-2 pitch, a little bit low. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Chacon. Still just 1 out in the inning. Dewey would love a ground ball here. Potentially turn 2. Looks back towards second. Now towards third and back towards second. Kicks in, delivers. Fastball up and away. Full count. So another full count for Dewey. That's the 3rd batter of the inning that has gone full. Full count pitch upcoming. Here it is. And taken up and inside, another walk. 3rd walk of the inning. We saw a lot of walks in game number 1. In fact, in game number 1, Drifters pitching staff had a combined 11 walks. Skaten Gould goes out there to talk things over with his right-hander. Again, folks, coming up on Tuesday, we got our hat giveaway. First 300 fans in the ballpark going to get a free Springfield Drifters hat. Definitely want to come out for that one. Always a popular promotion here at the Hamlin Sports Complex. A couple of good giveaways, I guess promotional events the last 2 days. We had the Babe Ruth night on opening day, and then yesterday was the Touch a Truck night. Saw a lot of kids in the ballpark the last 2 days. It was a good sight to see. About 800 fans on opening night and about 400 fans yesterday. Not as many fans here this afternoon. It is a warm Sunday afternoon and a beautiful day. Not a cloud in sight. Current temperature, 71 degrees in Springfield. Though I will say it is really windy. Being on the ball field earlier today. Lost my hat a couple of times. I'm sure a couple of players also had the same experience. We were talking about it a lot before the game. So the bases loaded. 1 out. First pitch up and inside to John Porter Strother. Another Umpqua Community College player in the lineup for the Sweets. A sophomore at UCC from San Francisco, California. The 1-0 pitch. Inside and it hits him. So a hit by pitch will score a run for Walla Walla. It's 2-0. Kern comes in to score from third base. Bidwell advances to third and Chacon to second. Brings up Caleb Richter with the bases loaded and 1 out. 2-0. The score, just 1 hit in the inning for Walla Walla. Pitch is fouled away. 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Dewey. Popped in the air out of play to the third base side. No balls and 2 strikes to Caleb Richter. A left-handed hitter from Bushnell University back in his home ballpark. Game number 1 of the season. Went 0 for 3 with a walk and an RBI. Had a sacrifice fly for that RBI. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball called, strike 3. Dewey rings them up. 2 away.
Now batting number 46, Nigel Folland.
Brings up Nigel Folland, a sophomore at Bushnell. So back-to-back Beacon batters in the lineup for the Sweets. Got Davis Grawley on deck. He's the beer batter today. 2 outs, bases loaded, 2-0 the score. Fallen grounds the ball towards third base. Fielding it is Logan Hanma. He taps on the bag to end the inning. Overall, the Sweets, they score 2 runs on 1 hit. No errors defensively. 2 left stranded. We're headed now to the bottom of the first inning. The score is 2-0. Walla Walla with the lead here on the Drifters live stream.
It's that white camera that's way on. We don't have anywhere to get out there. So I just talked to Ike about getting it fixed tomorrow. But maybe baseball or something. I don't know. Ike said it might be the wind blowing back over there. But it's been there for years. I don't think the wind would do that much. Other than that, yeah. But we just, for today, we can't. I can't even get up there if I wanted to, yeah. So, but, yeah, so I talked to Ike about getting someone out here to bring something that we can, like a lift or something, to try and fix it. But, up here,
Looking for dinner, a snack, or something sweet? Visit our concessions located inside the ballpark down the first and third baseline.
okay.
Leading off, number 17, Aiden Gebhard.
First out is recorded. Currently playing with the system right here to try to figure out if I can adjust the camera from the press box. Working on that right here. Noah Cox will come to the plate after the first out to Aiden Gebhard. Noah Cox swings and misses on the first pitch to him. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch to Cox. It's looked at for a strike. 0-2. Cox gets his first start as a Springfield Drifter in game number 3, a athlete from Umpqua Community College. So another UCC guy playing in this ball game between Walla Walla and Springfield. Swing and a miss from Cox. It's a 3-pitch strikeout for Aiden Rady. Right-hander for Walla Walla from George Fox University, originally from DuPont, Washington.
Number 1, Chase Nye.
Someone asked, can someone adjust the camera, maybe keep the home plate camera on until the center field camera is adjusted? So how our cameras work is they're automatically set up to switch and produce a live stream as it is, as it's hit out towards right field by Chase Nye for a single. So we have no power to just put one camera on or one camera off. It automatically, the way the Pixel Lot works is it automatically connects between the two cameras, and when it tracks contact, that's when it flips to the other camera. Now I'm trying to adjust it from the center field camera to be able to focus a little bit better so that we can at least mitigate it today. We're going to have folks come up tomorrow to try to fix the camera angle, but hopefully we can figure something out. I think I'm kind of getting it to work. The more that I zoom out, the more that I'll have to adjust the focus. We might be able to kind of troubleshoot it here today. Swing and a miss by Dylan Carson. No balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs and a runner at first base. The 0-2 pitch. Carson lines the ball towards left field. It's hooking towards the corner, and it's foul. No balls and 2 strikes. So it appears that maybe have fixed it so you can at least see the pitcher and the batter. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Carson down and away. 1-2. Now it's not as tight as we typically have it, but I think it should work for at least today. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Carson with Cooper Mullins on deck. Nolan Miller in the hole. 1-2 pitch. Carson checks his swing and he fouls it away. Stays alive. We'll do the 1-2 one more time from Rady. Carson hit a home run on opening night for Springfield. Launched it over the left field wall. Powerful right-handed hitter with 2 hits on the season, both of them extra base hits. Double yesterday, and as mentioned, the home run in game number 1. 1-2 pitch, grounder towards the right side. Runner was on the move. Following the second baseman, fields and throws to first base to retire Carson for out number 3. Drifters get 1 hit in the inning, 1 left stranded, no runs and no errors. The score is 2-0. Walla Walla with the lead as we head to the second inning. You're listening to Springfield Drifters Baseball here on the Springfield Drifters Sports Network.
Now batting, the beer batter, number 46, Kaden Gould.
Top of the second inning, it is 2-0. Walla Walla with the lead. Davis Grawley due up. Tristan Schaefer on deck and Trevor T in the hole. First pitch, it's grounded foul, 0-1.
Now batting number 36, Davis Grawley.
So someone said that's better than usual. It's too zoomed in normally. Okay, so I'm glad that this worked. They kind of just put me up here and they said, you're on your own, kid. So, you know, here I am. And all alone, I was able to fix it by myself. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Dewey. Rounded right back to him. Fields and throws to first base for out number 1. One out, 2-0 the score in the top of the second. Tristan Schaefer, 0 for 1 with the strikeout looking. First pitch, looked at for a strike, 0-1. So Schaefer just wrapped up his first season at Umpqua Community College, originally from Gig Harbor, Washington. So back in the Evergreen State. The 0-1 pitch. Half swing, it dribbles down towards the third base side, and it goes foul. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Schaefer, who saw 4 pitches before striking out in his first AB. Tough player to strike out this past season in the NWAC. Just 27 strikeouts and 190 at-bats across 51 games. Fastball way outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Schaefer. He's still searching for his first hit as a Walla Walla Sweet. Has scored a run, but 0 for 6 to start the season. The 1-2. Fouled back. Stays alive. Dewey, a lengthy pitcher out there. 6 feet 7 inches, 210 pounds. Second team 5A All-State. He's playing at Crescent Valley High School. 1-2 pitch. Looked at. Called strike 3. Dewey rings him up. That's his 3rd strikeout. All of them have been looking Ks. After struggling with the command last inning with 3 total walks and a hit by pitch. 2 up, 2 down to start the second. Brings up Trevor T. He was the first batter to walk last inning and the first run to come in. First pitch. Fastball, same spot as the last pitch. In the zone for a strike on the outside part of the plate, 0-1. So Dewey getting some run as a starter here with Springfield after primarily coming out of the bullpen with Lynn Benton this past season. 0-1 down and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. And across the first 2 games of the season, the Springfield starter just 3 innings pitched. Sonny Pena on opening day and Andrew Miller yesterday. Seen a lot of pitchers pitching for Springfield. 1-1 pitch. Slider in the zone for a strike. 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Down and away in the dirt. 2-2. And that hefty breeze out towards left field. Was talking with Aiden Gebhardt, who's the center fielder today for Springfield. Was asking him how kind of affects things defensively with the wind. He said, in this ballpark, it kind of keeps the ball in play a lot more. So he certainly liked it in the outfield. 2-2 outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Gebhardt back with the Drifters this season after a little bit of a run last year. Two-way player that went to Northern Colorado last season, although he said coming up tomorrow he's going to be entering the transfer portal. Payoff pitch. Grounded towards the left side. Nye comes in. The shortstop sidearms it to first base and beats T for the final out. 3 up, 3 down, the Sweets go. We're headed to the bottom of the second. 2-0 the score here on the Springfield Drifters live stream.
Don't forget to grab your Drifters gear before it's gone! Visit the Drifters merchandise store located in the north entrance and be part of the Drifters crew for the 2025 season. With a great selection of styles and sizes, you're sure to find the perfect gear for the entire family. Fans, stay up to date with Springfield Drifters all season long by following your team on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Drifters B-Ball. Can't make it out to the park but don't want to miss the Drifters in action? You can also follow us on YouTube at Drifters Baseball to live stream all Drifters home games. Now batting, number 4, Cooper Mullins.
Cooper Mullins, Nolan Miller, DJ Lewis due up. Batters 5, 6, and 7. Here in the bottom of the second, 2-0 the score. Walla Walla with the lead. Knight Jarecki, happy to be with you this afternoon. Glad we are able to kind of figure out that camera situation, at least for today. Pitch down low, 1 ball and no strikes. Know that we're going to have IT come out tomorrow, hopefully have updated production as well ahead of the series against Bend coming up on Tuesday. 1 ball and no strikes to Mullins as he cuts through the 1-0 pitch from Aiden Rady. 1-1. In the first inning, Chase Nye a 2-out single, the only hit of the inning for Springfield. Each team with 1 hit so far. Rady's 1-1 pitch, fouled back. 1-2. Springfield offensively through the first 2 games, batting .275. 4 doubles and 1 home run offensively. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Rady. The pitch. Inside, and Mullins just got a piece of it to stay alive. Do the 1-2 one more time. Mullins' 3rd season with the Springfield Drifters. Impressive day yesterday after struggling in his first couple of at-bats. Picked up 2 hits, including a double. Up to a .222 average on the young season. It goes down swinging here as he strikes out for the second strikeout for Aiden Rady. First out recorded in the bottom of the second. 2-0 the score. Sweets with the lead.
Number 22, Nolan Miller.
Brings up Nolan Miller. We heard Monty Tenney talk things over with Nolan Miller ahead of the game. Those two had an interview. Nolan Miller, the player of the game yesterday, went 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. Pitch in for a strike. 0-1. Had a total of 3 RBIs yesterday, a 2 RBI double in the 4th and an RBI double in the 2nd. Rady's 0-1 pitch. Fouled back. 0-2. Miller from Eugene, went to Sheldon High School. Now back with the Drifters for his 2nd season. Another local guy that you love to keep on the roster. 0-2 pitch. Down and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Always great to get the local guys and keep them at home. They get to sleep in their own beds, which is certainly a nice thing for them. A guy like Nolan Miller who gets to go up to college in Portland, so he's away from his family, but during the summer, back at home and getting to play in his hometown of sorts. In Springfield, not too far away from Eugene. 1-2. Fouls it off and just stays alive. Two-way guy in high school was listed as a pitcher ahead of opening day. Playing in the outfield once again. That's where we got some run at Portland. 11 games played and 6 starts. 1-2 pitch. Bounces in, 2-2. In high school at Sheldon, he was a really good pitcher, but he was first team Southwest Conference as an outfielder. They tried him a little bit at first base. Started at first base the other day, but in right field today in game number 3 against the Sweets. 2-2 pitch. Grounded to the right side at first base. Tanner Kern fields and keeps it himself to the first base bag. Out number 2. Two outs, nobody on. DJ Lewis to the dish. DJ from Richmond, California.
DJ Lewis.
No stats this past season at UNLV as a redshirt. Now some reps in the WCL with the Drifters. First pitch, down low. 1 ball and no strikes to Lewis. Was a member of the all-tournament team after his performance in the 17U National Championships. Fouls away the 1-0 pitch, 1-1. Good size, 6'3", 220 pounds. Started on opening day, went 1 for 2 with a run scored. No action yesterday. 1-1 pitch. Popped up out towards shallow right field. Kern giving chase. He's called off by the right fielder, Richter, for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down, the Drifters go. We head to the 3rd. The score is 2-0. Walla Walla with the lead. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters Streaming Network.
What's up, Drifters fans? I'm Gabby, and I'm over here in right field with Will and Rapid, and we're going to be doing the pole-to-pole race to see who the speediest Drifters fan is. On your marks, get set, go! Looks like William's taking the lead. It's a little too windy for Rapid out here. Oh, William's almost there, and he takes the win. Thank you for participating.
Attention Drifters fans, now pitching for your Springfield Drifters, number 11, Billy Dotson. Now batting, number 19, Tanner Kern.
New pitcher in the game, it's Billy Dotson coming in for Noah Dewey. His day is done after just 2 innings. Allowed just 1 hit, 2 runs, a total of 3 walks, 1 hit by pitch, and 3 strikeouts. So Billy Dotson, Mr. Drifter, back to the bump. This is down and inside, 1 ball and no strikes. So Dotson, his second action with Springfield on the young season. Through in game number 1 against the Sweets, as this is popped up out towards left field by Tanner Kern. Pretty deep towards the wall, it carries. The wind just kept blowing it towards the wall, and it clears the fence as Tanner Kern has the first Sweets home run of the season. It's 3-0 Walla Walla. Is able to launch it towards left field. They'll bring up Zane Bidwell now. RBI single, his first time up. Dotson's first pitch to Bidwell. Down low, 1 ball and no strikes. So Billy Dotson, one of the all-time leaders in Springfield Drifter history. This is 3rd full season, appeared in 12 games in 23 and then 13 games in 2024. In for a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. He's approaching 100 innings pitched in his Springfield Drifter career. He's first all-time in a lot of categories. Jam shot out towards the right side. At first base, it's Cox, flips it back to Dotson. He taps on the bag and gets the out. Nice play, 1-3 for out number 1. Rather 3-1, I should say. Either way, 1 out, nobody on in a 3-0 ball game. Brings up Isaiah Chacon. First pitch to Chacon. It's inside, 1-0. Dotson, a very memorable guy. In fact, if you look up Springfield Drifters, at least on my laptop, one of the suggested searches is Billy Dotson. He's the 4th notable name. Pitch in for a strike, 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike from Mr. Drifter. Pitch from Dotson, down and inside, 2-1. Probably the most notable moment from last season was when Billy Dotson threw a game, then wanted some ribs to celebrate. So he went to Safeway, got a big rack of ribs, started eating it. No mashed potatoes, but just the ribs out there. 2 balls and 1 strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. It's not a full feast, but he did have the ribs, and he was celebrating. We had that post on social media. Probably one of the highlights from last summer. 3-1 pitch. It's a little bit high. And Chacon has walked. So Dodson allows a home run, gets a ground out, and allows a walk. The 4th walk of the game for the Drifters pitching staff. Brings up John Porter Strother. Hit by a pitch, his first time up. Dodson out of the stretch, delivers. Strother drives the ball towards left field. Back to the track is Carson. He leaps up and he makes the catch, slamming into the wall. And actually, it looks like it goes off of his glove and gets stuck in the fence. I think as he crashed into the wall, it may have gone out of his glove and got stuck in between the sign and the fence.
Now batting number 32, Caleb Richter.
So it's just going to go down as a double for Strother as he sent it for a ride to left field. It looked like Carson made the catch, and then at the last second it popped free and he was looking for it and could not find it. So now 2 in scoring position. Runners at second and third for Caleb Richter. And he takes it down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Dodson through in game number 1 against the Sweets. Just 1 1/3 innings. In the dirt, gets away from Gould, but staying at third base is Chacon. 2 balls and no strikes. Dodson 1 1/3 innings, no hits, no runs, 2 walks and a strikeout. 2-0 pitch. Grounded towards the right side. That'll score 1 run. Mullins in the grass, fields and sidearms it to first base to retire Richter. Out number 2. Chacon comes in and scores from third. Strother heads to third base. Runner at third, 2 outs, 4-0 the score. It's the Sweets with the lead here on this Sunday afternoon baseball game. Nigel Folland comes up to the plate. Second baseman, a left-handed hitter from Bushnell. He was the beer batter in game number 1, and now he wears one on the cheek. He's going to head towards first base with a hit by pitch. A lot of free passes today from the Drifters pitching staff. That one not necessarily free, but they'll take it. Davis Grai will come to the plate. 0 for 1 with a ground out to the pitcher. And he is the beer batter today. So we're 2 for 2 on the beer batter picks. Hoping to go 3 for 3 today. Dodson delivers a pitch down low, and stealing second base is Folland. No throw from Caden Gould behind the plate. Offensively, Springfield, Dylan Carson in left field, Aiden Gebhardt in center, Nolan Miller in right. Logan Hanma, the third baseman, Chase Nye at short. Cooper Mullins at second base, Noah Cox at first base, and Caden Gould behind the plate. 1-0 pitch, down and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Grind. Another Bushnell baseball player on the Sweets roster. It's good to see the program producing players in the WCL. They're competing for more teams than just the Drifters. Pitch in for a strike, 2-1. I remember the first season, it was a lot of Bushnell players on the Drifters roster. Coach Tommy Richards was the head coach at Bushnell and was the head coach of the Drifters that year as well. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Dodson. Outside, gets past Gould. And to score from third base is Strother. And the Sweets extend their lead. It is 5-0. Folland advances to third base, so the Drifters find themselves in a deep hole. Down 5-0, a crooked number on the scoreboard. Dodson shakes. Now comes set. 3-1 pitch. Fouled away. Count goes full. Three balls and 2 strikes to Grai. Payoff pitch. Looked at low. So it's a walk to put runners on the corners. Another walk in the game. This feels a lot like game number 1 of the season, where the Drifters had, again, 11 walks in the opening game of the season. Now 5 walks and 2 hit by pitches, and we're not even through 3. 5-0 the score as the pitch is down and away, 1-0. One ball and no strikes to Tristan Schaefer. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and he fouls away a pitch, 1-1. So Schaefer 2 strikeouts, both to Noah Dewey. Dewey gets pulled after 2 innings. At a 1-2-3 second inning, and they decided to put in Billy Dotson. Pitch misses the zone, actually called a strike on a late strike call by the home plate umpire. Throw down to second, not in time as Grahi steals second. So a stolen base puts 2 runners in scoring position for the Sweets. 5-0 the score. In the top of the third. 1-1 pitch. Grounded foul to the third base side. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Schaefer. Looking to avoid the sombrero here. Already 2 strikeouts, in danger of a third. One-two pitch. Down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two pitch. Called strike 3. There's the sombrero for Schaefer as he sat down looking for the 3rd time this afternoon.
2 hits and 3 runs.
Sweets have 2 hits, 3 runs, and 2 left stranded. We're headed to the bottom of the third. The score is 5-0. Walla Walla with the lead here on the Drifters streaming network.
Fans, please be aware that baseballs can fly into our stands and concourse at any time. We ask that you exercise caution against being hit by batted or thrown balls. Parents, please safeguard the welfare of young children accompanying you to the game. Now batting, number 21, Logan Hanma.
Logan Hanma leading things off. The left-handed hitter takes a strike. No balls and 1 strike from Aiden Rady. 5-0 the score. It's Walla Walla with the lead. Overall, the Sweets have just 3 hits, but 5 runs. Down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Hanma. Hanma, Caden Gould, and Aiden Gebhardt. Batters 8, 9, and 1. 2 up for the Drifters. 1-1 is up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. A lot of free passes today helping out the Swedes. Springfield, in their first few games, it was really the errors defensively that cost them, as there's a line drive to left field for a base hit for Logan Hanma. He stays hot. Having a good start to the season. The incoming freshman to USC, now a hit in the first 3 games of the season. 2 for 3 in game number 1, 1 for 3 yesterday, and now 1 for 1 to start game number 3 of the season. Caden Gould will come to the dish first at bat as a Springfield Drifter. The sophomore from Linfield University, originally from Eugene, went to North High School. Now back in the South Willamette Valley. Pitch is low. 1 ball and no strikes from Rady. Gould, a .261 average this past season at Linfield across 12 games and 10 starts. Throw back towards first base. It gets away from Kern, advancing towards second base as Hanma. He's going to take a big turn towards third and then get back to second base after it's collected in the corner. It's now runner in scoring position. Springfield an opportunity here. But a run on the board. Trailing by 5. Would love to crawl their way back into this one. Still a lot of game left to play. One-0 pitch. Check swing. He did not go around after an appeal. 2 balls and no strikes to Gould. Had a 4 RBI game on March 8th versus Caltech. That was the highlight of the season. Had 7 RBIs overall in the year, with 4 of them in that one game against Caltech. 2-0 pitch. Hit towards the right side of the infield. Backhanded by the first baseman. Kern throws it back towards Rady, and it goes away. And a score from second base is Hanma, as advancing to second on the air is Caden Gould. We can give a big thanks to Drew, the broadcaster for Walla Walla after the air. I believe it'll be a single and then an air advancement. But a big thanks to Drew, the broadcaster for Walla Walla. In his pregame interview today, he asked the coach, he said, hey, no errors in your first 2 games. How has that led to a lot of success early on? Leo Rivera, the assistant coach of the Walla Walla Sweets, he came up to me and said, hey, Knight, if there's an error today, you can blame it on Drew because he jinxed it. Pitch in the dirt gets past Gould, past Strother, and it's going to advance Gould to third base. Aiden Gebhard at the plate. So I just know that Drew is in the other booth, a couple of booths away. His hand in his head, just frustrated with himself. I'm looking to see if Rivera is looking up. He said he was going to be looking up at the press box, staring him down. He could sense this was coming. 1 ball and no strikes to Gebhard with the runner at third base. One-0 pitch. High. 2 balls and no strikes. Gebhard 0 for 1, grounded out to first base, his first time up. Pitch is in for a strike, 2-1. Gebhard, a strong start to the season with Springfield. 4 hits and 8 at-bats, a .500 average entering today. 3 for 4 in game number 1, 1 for 4 yesterday. 2-1. Low and away, 3-1. Originally from Redmond, Oregon. So going from Central Oregon to the South Willamette Valley to play for the Springfield Drifters. 3-1 pitch. Gebhard fouls it away and stays alive. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count goes full to the center fielder. Again, he'll be headed off to the transfer portal tomorrow. Going to see where he goes. Been a two-way player his whole life. Asked him if he felt more like a pitcher or an outfielder. He said it's hard to say. He's been doing both so long. Grounds the ball to the first base side foul, and we'll do the 3-2 again. At Northern Colorado, they certainly wanted to utilize him more as a pitcher, although he did get 16 appearances as a hitter, just 6 at-bats, though. A little bit more as a defensive replacement in the outfield. But did go 2 for 6 in his limited ABs. Rounds the ball right back up the middle, off the glove of Rady. Going to be a tough play for T, and he has no play. And to score from third base is Caden Gould. RBI infield single by Aiden Gebhard, and now Noah Cox will come to the plate. Cox 0 for 1 with a strikeout in his first at-bat as a Springfield Drifter. Runner at first base, nobody out. 5-2 the score in the bottom of the third after Walla Walla scored 3 runs in the top of the half of the inning. Springfield back trailing by 3. Pitch down low, 1 ball and no strikes to Cox. Cox from Eugene, went to Willamette High School, was a Wolverine and now a Drifter. Throw back towards first base, stopping back there safely is Gebhardt. Despite being from Eugene, he did not go to Lane Community College. Instead, went down to Umpqua Community College. Played for Jeremiah Robbins last year and then Jake Whistler this season. Lines the ball towards left center field. Wrong run for Tristan Schaefer as his teammate at UCC makes the catch for out number 1. So a couple of Riverhawks squaring off here. Schaefer retires his teammate, and Chase Nye will come to the plate.
Number 1, Chase Nye.
5-2 the score. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Nye 1 for 1 with a single. Left-handed hitter takes a breath and gets in the box. Brady delivers, swing and a miss. Throw goes down towards second. Into second safely is Gebhardt as he snags another base. Second stolen base of the season for Gebhardt. He might be the fastest player on the Drifters. The way they've been playing him defensively. Third baseman backed up the last few days. I asked him, I said, are you going to try to bunt some more today? He said, I might bunt 3 times today. We had not seen a bunt yet from Gebhardt, but he does steal a base. Fouled away by 9. Yesterday, he had a hard hit ground ball towards short. Trevor T, the shortstop yesterday, threw it to first base, and he was late on the throw. Gebhardt even surprised himself on that one. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Nye lines it towards left field. It's sinking, but it's holding up for Grai out in left field. Back towards second base is Gebhardt. 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd. Brings up Dylan Carson.
Dylan Carson.
Grounded out to second base his first time up. Wind continues to howl out towards left field. We saw the home run from Tanner Kern just blow over the left field wall. Carlson sent one for a ride 2 days ago. Let's see if he gets a hold of one here. First pitch. Swings and fouls it back, 0-1. Home run to left field, the first Drifters dinger of the season, the only one so far. Springfield did not have a ton of home runs last season. Going to go back in my scorebook and see, but it wasn't a lot. I know Elijah Maris set the record last year with 5 home runs in the season. 0-1 bounces in, 1 ball and 1 strike. The last game of the season that I have, Drifters had 13 home runs on the season. That was 13th in the WCL. Not a ton of pop last year. Throw back towards second base. Gebhardt just gets back safely. Throw was a little bit wide, but it was more on line. Gebhardt would have had a tough time getting back towards second base. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Carson lines the ball towards left field, and it goes foul. 1-2. Joke last year was that team was all soda, no pop. And that was certainly the case with the lack of home run hitting. Although Elijah Maris now an assistant coach for the Walla Walla Sweets, he certainly found some success with the 5 big flies he had. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch to Carson. Softly hits it out towards shallow left field. Sliding play in left field, not made. As it drops down, in to score from second base is Aiden Gebhardt, as it's an RBI single for Dylan Carson. And the Drifters back on the board. It's 5-3.
number 4, Cooper Mullins.
Brings up Cooper Mullins. Mullins takes a pitch, down low. 1 ball and no strikes to Mullins. Mullins a strikeout, his first time up. Second time up for the left-handed hitter. Throw back towards first base. Carson just gets back safely. Bang, bang play, and Carson not a big stolen base threat. In fact, across 4 seasons at Bushnell, no stolen bases in his college career. Keeping an eye on him, though. The 1-0 pitch. Mullins pops it up out towards the third base side, out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. So after giving up 3 runs in the top half of the inning, Springfield answers with 3 of their own. 4 hits in the inning so far for Springfield, 5 hits in the game. One pitch. Looked at. Inside, 2 balls and 1 strike to Mullins. Former first team All-State selection at Marist High School in Eugene. Sky M Conference Player of the Year. 2-1. Fouls it away, 2-2. His dad, Rob Mullins, the athletic director at the University of Oregon. He's come to some Duck games, Drifters games throughout his career. He's gone to a lot of Duck games, as you can imagine, as the athletic director. Sure, he's probably in Oklahoma City right now cheering on the softball team. Swing and a miss by Mullins at a pitch in the dirt. Throw goes to first base. It's in time to retire Mullins for the final out. It's the 3rd strikeout for Aiden Rady, but not before. The Drifters score 3 runs on 4 hits with 1 error and 1 left stranded. We're headed on to the 4th inning. The score is 5-3 here on the Drifters Streaming Network.
Attention Drifters fans, now pitching on the mound, number 23, Jackson Walker. Now batting, number 31, Trevor T.
So new pitcher in the game for the Springfield Drifters. It's the right-hander Jackson Walker getting his first lick on the mound. We've seen him as a hitter the last couple of days, and Walker delivers a first pitch strike to Trevor T. No balls and 1 strike from Walker. Right-handed pitcher from Yakima Valley College. Misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Walker from Maple Valley, Washington. He's a Washingtonian pitching against the Sweets. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Walker 7-3 this past season, rather 7 starts, 3 wins, 1 loss this past season at Yakima Valley, 10 appearances overall. Right-handed pitcher fires in a 85-mile-per-hour pitch for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, called strike 3, rings him up. 1 away.
Now batting, number 19, Tanner Kern.
5th strikeout combined for the Drifters pitching staff. First one for Walker in the first at-bat he gets to have this afternoon. Brings up Tanner Kern. 1 for 1. Solo shot his last time up. That to lead off last inning. Takes pitch for a strike as Walker is able to connect with the outside part of the plate. 0-1. So Kern, a successful start to the season with the Sweets with the big fly in Game 3 and 2-hit performance in Game 1. No balls and 2 strikes after it's fouled away by Kern. Walker winds and delivers the 0-2. Down and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kern walked and scored in the first and then hit the home run in the third, so 2 runs today for the left-handed hitter. 1-2 pitch. Down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kern. Kern, his sister Taryn Kern, a softball player at Stanford, started her career at Indiana, transferred from Indiana to Stanford after her freshman season. Kern drives the ball to right field, staying in the yard. He's out in right field. It's Nolan Miller to make the catch for out number 2.
Now batting, number 57, Zane Bidwell.
Brings up Zane Bidwell. And now Caden Gould being looked at with Randy Bruner and Coach Jeff Lyle. Looks like he's going to remain in the game as Bruner and Lyle break. So Bidwell at the plate, 2 outs, nobody on. RBI single, his first time up. Grounded out to first in the third. Bidwell swings at the first pitch, grounds it towards third, and it goes past Hanma and Nye into left field. 2-hit day for Zane Bidwell. As the Sweets aren't done yet here in the top of the 4th, it is 5-3, Walla Walla with the lead. Isaiah Chacon back up to the plate for his 3rd time. 2 walks today for Chacon. Left-handed hitter from LC State. First pitch. Misses down and inside, 1-0. So you go from Bidwell, who was coached by Jeremiah Robbins in 2024 at Umpqua Community College. 1-0. A little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes to Chacon, who will be coached by Jeremiah Robbins next season. Robbins heading from Umpqua Community College. Well, he took a break this past year, went and became the athletic director at Douglas High School before going back to LC State next season, where he won a couple of national championships with the Warriors. Pitch high, 3 balls and no strikes. Won a couple of national championships with LC State, then came back home originally from the Roseburg area to restart the UCC baseball program. 3-0 pitch, a little bit low, and it's a walk to Chacon. And after spending 6 years in Douglas County, Coach Robbins is heading back up to Lewiston, Idaho, and he's going to go coach with the Warriors once again, leaving his position as athletic director at Douglas High School, his alma mater, out in Winston. So you go from Bidwell, a former Robbins player, to Chacon, a future Robbins player, to another player from Umpqua Community College in John Porter Strother. First pitch, grounded up the middle. Mullins at second base fields, flips it to 2. It's a bang-bang play, and it's in time as Nye just got back to the bag. In time to retire Chacon for the final out. 1 left stranded after 1 hit in the inning. No runs come in and no errors. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th inning. The score is 5-3. Walla Walla with the lead here on the Drifters live stream.
And today is the final game of our 3-game series against the Walla Walla Sweets. Come back on Tuesday at 6:35 as we face the Bend Elks for our first giveaway. The first 300 fans through the gates on Tuesday will receive a free Drifters ball cap. To see the full schedule and promo details, head to driftersbaseball.com or pick up a program at one of our concession booths today. Now batting, number 22, Nolan Miller.
Nolan Miller to lead things off. First pitch to Miller. Drops down low. 1 ball and no strikes from Aiden Rady. So Rady still out there here in the bottom of the 4th. 5-3 the score. It's Walla Walla with the lead. Nolan Miller 0 for 1 with ground out to first base. His first time up. Rady's 1-0 pitch. Bounce towards first base. A tough play for Kern at first base, but he's able to pick it and tap on the bag for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down to start the bottom of the 4th inning. Nobody on for DJ Lewis. He's 0 for 1 today with a fly out to right field.
Now batting, number 28, DJ Lewis.
Lewis, the Richmond, California native, into the box. First pitch to the right-handed hitter. Bounced foul to the third base side. Backhanded by Matt Hubbs. Good play by the assistant coach. 0-1. Hubbs, a native of Eugene, Oregon, graduate of Willamette High School, served in the United States Air Force, and has since gotten into coaching. Was coaching with Thurston for a number of years as an assistant. Became the JV head coach for a year and a varsity assistant for Thurston's 2023 Oregon 5A state championship. Down and away, 2 balls and 1 strike. And Maddox Maloney on that team, now a Oregon Duck. Maloney, his brother Cooper Maloney, once he wraps up his high school career with Thurston, he'll be making the trek to Springfield, staying in Springfield to play for the Drifters. 2-1 is popped in the air out towards shallow center field. Schaefer charging in, but he gets called off by T, the shortstop. Makes the catch for out number 2.
Now batting, number 21, Logan Hanma.
Brings up Logan Hanma. Singled his first time up. Came in to score. It was last inning in the 3rd. First pitch. Hanma takes it outside, 1-0. Hanma heading off to USC next season. 6 feet, 160 pounds. See Kyle Whitty with a hot dog in front of us. Swing and a miss by Hanma. 1-1. He's enjoying the game. Getting a nice hot dog. For the game, I had a kielbasa dog. A lot of great concessions here at the Hamlin Sports Complex. No sweet potato fries. 1-1. Grounded towards the right side. Diving play. It's made by Kern. He flips it to Rady, and that'll do it for the Drifters. 1, 2, 3 they go. We'll head to the 5th inning. The score is 5-3. Walla Walla with the lead here on the Drifters live stream.
Drifters fans, I'm Gabby and I'm down here on the field with Aiden and Brantley. And we're going to be playing the classic Dizzy Bat Challenge, sponsored by Papa's Pizza. So they'll both have 10 seconds to spin around the circle and race to rapid as quick as they can. And our winner today will be going home with a free pizza from Papa's Pizza. On your mark, get set, go! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, oh, we lost a shoe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Great job! Thank you for participating!
Attention Drifters fans, now pitching for the Drifters, number 20, A.J. Viktorovich. Now batting, number 32, Caleb Richter.
New pitcher into the game for the Springfield Drifters. It's the southpaw, A.J. Viktorovich, coming in for the second time this season. He threw on opening day against the Sweets, and he's back here in game number 3 of this series. First pitch, a bunt shown by Caleb Richter. It's bunted to third base. Hanma Fields throw on the line to first base. It's a little bit late as Richter legs it out for an infield single. Nobody out. It is 5-3 in the bottom of the 4th. Rather, top of the 5th. Gosh, Kaylee again struggling with the scoreboard. What are we doing here? She's getting there. We're just giving her a little bit of a hard time. Nigel Folland, a hit my pitch. His first time up. It's a little bit high. 1 ball and no strikes. I will say she's been a lot smoother here today than she has the last 2 days. It's about the improvement. And that's what it is for a lot of these players in the WCL. Pitch down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. This is a developmental league, so a lot of these players just trying to get some reps before next season. WCL, a perfect place to get a lot of reps in the season. Pitch in for a strike. Throw down towards second base. A one-hopper from Gould. He beats him. And he gets the out. A big fist bump and celebrates for an out. I believe 2 balls and 1 strike after the pitch was in for a strike to Nigel Folland. Pitch from Viktorovich. Down low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Viktorovich's 3-1 pitch. A little bit high, and there is ball 4. So another walk combined for the Drifters today. 7th walk of the game for the Drifters pitching staff. David Gry, the beer batter, coming up. See if we can go 3 for 3 today. It's still the 5th inning. We're still selling some alcohol. If he strikes out here, we'll get half off Coors Light. Pops it up out towards left field. It's hooking towards the corner, and it goes into the party deck where fans could get that cold Coors Light if he does strike out right here. No balls and 1 strike. Wind really whipping out towards left field. The flag in center field hanging on by a thread. And thrashed out there. Throw back towards first base for Viktorovich. Back there safely is Folland. Jackson Walker, 1 inning pitch with 1 hit, no runs, a walk and a strikeout. Now the southpaw and A.J. Viktorovich, originally from Nevada. 0-1 pitch. Low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Viktorovich in game number 1 through 2 innings, allowed 3 runs on 5 hits with a walk. Faced off against 12 batters. 1-1, it's fouled away, 1-2. Had a strong 4th inning, a 1-2-3 inning. Allowed a single to start, and then It was a double play. Zane Bidwell hit it right back to him. It was a highlight reel play that went around on social media. Over 1,000 views at last check. Then I got a ground out to Caleb Richter. Fouled off here by Grahi. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We'll do it again. Viktorovic looking for the strikeout. No strikeouts in the game on Friday. Had 48 strikeouts in 69 2/3 at UCC in the fall. Throw back towards first base. Back there safely is Folland. One-two pitch. Dribbled towards third base. Hanma charges in, throws to first base, and gets the out there. Folland advances to second base.
Now batting number 41.
So fielder's choice play, rather just a out at first. A 5-3 play to advance a runner to second. 5-3 to the score, top of the 5th inning. Walla Walla with the lead. Tristan Schaefer, who probably should have been the beer bat batter today. 3 strikeouts today. He has the sombrero. We'll see if Viktorovic can give him the golden sombrero here. Pitch in for a strike, 0-1. If you're confused what I'm talking about, it's a baseball kind of jargon that you can use. It's a verbiage that you can use to describe a batter that has 3 strikeouts in a game. It's called a sombrero. The 0-1, it's fouled back, 0-2. The story goes that it's kind of like a hat trick, but they wanted a silly name for the hat trick because you strike out, so it's not necessarily something to be celebrated. So out of all the options, they chose a sombrero to represent 3 strikeouts in a game. Golden sombrero is 4 strikeouts in a game. Not sure how many batters all time in the MLB have gotten that honor. It's not necessarily an honor you want to have, but it's certainly a title that you can have if you struggle. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Viktorovic. Lifted in the air out towards right field. Staying in the yard for Miller, who makes the catch for out number 3. 1 hit, 1 left stranded, no runs and no errors. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th, halfway through this ball game. The score is 5-3, Walla Walla with the lead here on the Drifters Sports Network.
A special shout out to all of our Drifters Helping Kids sponsors, including Bigfoot Beverages, FPW Media, and Stoddard Power Systems. This year, all kids ages 12 and under receive free general admission to Drifters home games, excluding fireworks nights when accompanied by a paid adult. Now batting, number 46, Caden Gould.
First pitch to Caden Gould. It misses down low. 1 ball and no strikes to Gould. RBI single his first time up in his first AB as a Springfield Drifter. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch is popped out towards first base, and it's 1 hopper to Kern. Taps on the bag for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down to start this 5th inning. 5-3, Walla Walla with the lead. Hayden Gebhardt.
Number 17, Hayden Gebhardt.
RBI single with a run in the 3rd. Grounded out to first before that. Hayden Rady pitching in his 5th inning. Starter Throwing a lot more than the Drifter starters have in each of the first 3 games. Fouled away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Game number 1, Sonny Pena went 3 innings. Yesterday, Andrew Miller 3 innings for the Drifters on the mound, and then Noah Dewey today just 2 innings pitch. Pitch high, 1 ball and 1 strike to Gebhardt. So not a lot of longevity from the starters so far in the opening series. 1-1 pitch, up and away, 2 balls and 1 strike to Gebhardt. Brady winds and delivers. Pitch down and away. 3 balls and 1 strike. Brady heading into his 4th season at George Fox. 9 appearances as a freshman and then 12 the last 2 years. 3-1, a little bit low. So it's a walk to Gebhardt and a speedy runner at first base.
Now batting, number 43, Noah Cox.
Brings up Noah Cox. Strikeout and a flyout. And now Colby Wattillo coming out to talk things over with Rady. We'll see if this is it for Rady. There is some movement in the bullpen. He may be just trying to calm down Rady. Wattillo is the pitching coach and manager for the Sweets. He serves as an assistant coach at Whitman University in Walla Walla, where he's the lead assistant pitching coach while also assisting and coordinating recruiting, camps, and clinics. He does a lot. He wears a lot of caps at Whitman, and he's a young guy, just 27 years old and already the manager of the Walla Walla Sweets. He's originally from Walla Walla, went to Walla Walla High School, and then played at George Fox. Spent a couple of years on the coaching staff at George Fox after graduating, assisting with the pitching staff and coordinating with recruiting, and then headed back to Walla Walla to go coach at Whitman, and now Borleski is even more home for him. First pitch after the mound meeting is up and outside to Noah Cox, 1-0. Cox 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. Brady working out of the stretch. The right-handed pitcher comes set. Throws back towards first base, and Gebhardt back there safely. The 1-0. Cox takes it for a strike, 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Noah Cox in his first start as a Springfield Drifter. Was originally listed as number 32, wearing number 43. Now a pickoff attempt, and Gebhardt in a pickle. Throw back towards first base, and he's out. Got caught up in between first and second base. 2 away. So 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the 5th. 5-3 the score. It's the Sweets with the lead. Now Rady can go back to working out of the windup. Pitch to Cox. Bounces in, 2-1. Springfield 5 hits today, Walla Walla 6. Drifters have out-hit Walla Walla in the first 2 games of the season. 2-1. Cox unloads deep towards left field, heading back to the track. Boom shakalaka! Home run for Noah Cox. It's 5-4. 96 off the bat. And he drives it deep to left field, 379 feet. For the second Drifters dinger of the season. Brings up Chase Knight. Chase Nye to the plate. First pitch. Nye grounds it towards the first base side. Foul. So it's a one-run game, 5-4 in the bottom of the fifth. After Noah Conks unloads. He had no home runs in the past 2 seasons at Umpqua Community College. I will say, Champion Car Wash Field, where the Riverhawks play, it is a tough ballpark to hit a home run out of. With the wind blowing out towards left field, he sent it for a ride. And he gets the second Drifters dinger of the summer. As Springfield, 2 home runs in their first series of the year. They had 13 home runs all of last season. Talking about getting a lot of reps this summer. 59 games on the schedule this summer. A lot of non-league games and league games. 54 league games. 32 home games this summer. 0-2 up and away, 1-2 to Chase Nye. And Cox, he gets to return to Champion Car Wash Field next Monday. Week from tomorrow, the Drifters will be down in Roseburg for an exhibition game against the Medford Rogues. Going to be doing a fundraising event, raising money for the Douglas County Baseball Association. Nye lines the ball to left center field, and it drops down for a base hit. Back-to-back hits keep the inning alive for Springfield.
Now batting, number 34, Dylan Carson.
Brings up Dylan Carson, who had the first Drifters dinger back on Friday. First pitch, down low and away. 1 ball and no strike to Carson. The Drifters will be down in Roseburg a week from today. Really helps me out because I live in Roseburg now, so only have to go half a mile to Champion Car Wash Field to call that game. Fouled away, 1 ball and 1 strike. But it's a perfect opportunity for the Drifters to go and play the Rogues, something that they were interested in doing. The Drifters and Rogues have not played since the 2022 season, the inaugural season. They had a 2-game series here at Hamlin Sports Complex. Throw back towards first base, Nye back there safely. And so after 2 seasons of not playing the Rogues, they wanted to get back together. And so they're going to play down in Roseburg for an exhibition game, a non-league game, and it'll be the first road test of the season for the Drifters. Carson sends one deep in the air out towards left field, but hooking way foul. Look out, cars in the parking lot out there as it's bouncing. It hit on top of a car and then went onto the roadway out there. That just kept on rolling and bouncing on the pavement out there. One-two pitch. Gets past the catcher Strother. Advancing to second base is Chase Nye. So the Drifters have the tying run in scoring position in the bottom of the fifth. 5-4, Walla Walla with the lead. Brady steps off. Now back on. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Carson. Already an RBI single today. Trying to drive in his teammate from Bushnell. Pops it out of play to the first base side. Nye does have some wheels at second base. Two. Swing and a miss, a strikeout for Rady, and that'll do it for the Drifters in the bottom of the 5th inning. But they get 2 hits in the inning. They leave 1 stranded, and the score is 5-4 as we head to the 6th here on the Drifters live stream.
Attention Drifters fans, now on the mound for your Drifters, number 7, Caden Richardson. Now batting number 31, Trevor T.
Top of the 6th inning, the score is 5-4. Walla Walla with the lead. First pitch swinging out towards left field for Trevor T. It's a leadoff single for the 2-hole hitter. Will be followed by Tanner Kern and Zane Bidwell.
Now batting number 19, Tanner Kern.
So Tanner Kern will come back up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 today. Home run, a walk, a run scored, and a line out towards left field. Drifters got a run back in the bottom of the 5th inning. It was a home run by Noah Cox, his first since entering the collegiate ranks. Kern pops the ball up out towards left field. Backing up is Carson. He makes the catch for out number 1. Just talking with Kyle Liddy beforehand. He was saying that foul ball that Carson hit, we saw it right up here in the booth. It went into the parking lot, one hopped on a car, and then went on to Centennial Parkway. Imagine just driving down the street and you get hit by a baseball. Even just riding a bike down the street and then you get hit by a baseball. And even at that far away, I understand it's a baseball park here, but I mean, that is a good amount of distance from the field, from home plate to the road. Got to be careful out that way. 1 ball, it's up and inside. 2 balls and no strikes to Zane Bidwell. I mean, that's got to be one of the furthest hit balls I've seen at this ballpark. So Caden Richardson now into the game for A.J. Viktorovich. 2-0 pitch outside, 3-0. So we not get to see the Zane Bidwell versus Viktorovich battle. We saw on opening day where Viktorovich robbed a hit from Bidwell and turned that double play we were talking about last inning. 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. High. So a 4-pitch walk will put a runner in scoring position for Walla Walla. It's a 1-run game in the top of the 6th.
Now batting, number 40, Isaiah Chacon.
Isaiah Chacon back up to the plate. We were talking about Schaefer having the sombrero earlier. He has the opposite of that. 3 walks today. It's been a walk-filled day. Another walk by the Drifters pitching staff. First pitch down and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Chacon. So 5 straight balls thrown for Caden Richardson. His second outing of the season. 1-0. Pitch is outside, 2-0. Richardson from Dexter, Oregon, 5'11", 160 pounds. Went to Pleasant Hill High School. A little bit high, 3-0. So 7 straight balls thrown, and Caden Gould out to talk things over with Richardson. And I still think it's the silliest mascot in the state of Oregon. The Billies. So literally the Pleasant Hillbillies. That's what you find out here in Oregon. There's a couple of great mascots all around, but honestly, that's got to be my favorite. Not too far away. So Richardson gets to stay at home and enjoy his summer back in the South Willamette Valley. 3-0. In for a strike, 3-1. So Richardson gets back in the zone with a strike. 2 on and 1 out. Top of the 6. 3-1 pitch. Upstairs. And the bases are loaded. D advances to third, Bidwell to second. And Chacon at first base. Bases loaded with 1 out for John Porter Strother. Catcher from Umpqua Community College takes a pitch. Inside, 1-0. Caden Richardson against UCC had a season-high 5 strikeouts in his final start of the regular season. That came against Umpqua Community College. Had 26 strikeouts on the season with the Roadrunners. Strother pops it up out towards shallow center field. Gebhardt in a few steps, makes the catch, tagging at third base is T. The throw comes home. It's a one-hopper, but it's well late. As in before the throw is Trevor T. As it's a sacrifice fly for John Porter Strother. Makes it a 6-4 game here in the top of the 6.
Now batting number 32, Caleb Richter.
Brings up Caleb Richter. Strikeout, ground out, and a single. So runners at first and second, 2 outs. 6-4 the score. Walla Walla stretches the lead back to 2. Richter takes a pitch. Inside, down low. 1 ball and no strikes from Richardson. Richardson, a guy that threw a lot of innings, 47 2/3 innings this past year at Lynn Benton. Fires in a strike at the top of the zone, 1-1. Overall started 9 games and went 4-0 with 2 complete games. Also pitched against Umpqua Community College in the postseason, pitching 6 2/3 in a 7-5 win. 1-1. Popped up out towards center field. Gebhardt comes in, stops, squeezes the mitt, and makes the catch for the final out. 1 run comes in on 1 hit, 2 left stranded. No errors defensively. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The score is 6-4. Sweets with the lead here on the Drifters live stream.
Do you want to be like a drifter? Well, you can train like a drifter. Come work with our players at West Coast Strength here in Springfield. West Coast Strength is our workout partner, and they could be yours. Visit them at their Eugene and Springfield locations, and who knows, you might be a Drifters ball player someday. Fans, now pitching for the Walla Walla Sweets, number 20, Jacob Talbot. Batting, number 4, Cooper Mullins.
Cooper Mullins leads things off. A chopper to third base. Bidwell comes in. Fields throws the first base and just beats Mullins for out number 1. Mullins now 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a ground out to third as Nolan Miller will come up to the plate. Left-handed hitter who's 0 for 2. 2 ground outs to first base. 6-4 the score. Bottom of the 6th inning. Wind continues to howl out towards left field. A very breezy day in Springfield. See a couple of home runs to left field. Now here's Nolan Miller. Takes a pitch down low. 1 ball and no strikes from the new pitcher into the game. It's Jacob Talbot. He comes in for Aiden Rady. So Rady, his day is done after 5 innings. And now Talbot comes in the 6th for Walla Walla. Miller chops the ball up the middle. High hopper. T. Fields throws the first base. It's picked by Curran for out number 2. Nice play there. So 2 outs. Nobody on for DJ Lewis.
Now batting, number 28, DJ Lewis.
So for Rady, 4 runs on 7 hits. Total of 4 strikeouts. Just 1 walk. Swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike to DJ Lewis. A fly out to right field and pop up the short. 2-run lead for Walla Walla. The 0-1. Outside from Talbot. 1-1. We've seen Talbot as a hitter the last few days. Yesterday he went 2 for 4 at the plate with 2 RBIs. Struck out in game number 1 as a pinch hitter. Now gets some action on the mound. Right-hander from Yorba Linda. Delivers a pitch that's belted out towards left center field for a base hit. It kicks off the heel of Schaefer, and it rolls all the way to the wall. Lewis digging for third base, and he's going to get there standing up with a single. Maybe we could credit that as a double and then an advancement to third, as it looked like it went right off the foot, maybe the ankle of Schaefer, and then it just rolled all the way to the wall. It was hit out to the alleyway, so I'll credit it as a double and then an advancement to third on an error. So the second error of the game for Walla Walla puts a runner at third base with 2 outs. Now Logan Hanma, the third baseman, heading off to USC next season. Pitch up and away, 1-0. One ball and no strikes to Hanma. Looking for a second hit of the game. 1-0 from Talbot. Fastball outside, 2-0. Talbot this past season at Biola University. 6 appearances, 6 2/3 innings pitched with 11 hits, 14 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, and 5 walks. It's his first season with Biola. 2-way player. Hanma fouls it away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Talbot played in 26 games as a hitter or defensive replacement, 36 at-bats, 10 hits, for a .278 average. 2-1 pitch, fouled away. Hanma stays alive. 87 miles per hour at the top of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with a runner at third base. It's a 2-run game. Deuces everywhere. 2-2 pitch. Bounces in, gets past Strother, and staying at third base was Lewis. Didn't want to risk it. Stays at third. Kind of a 50-50 decision. You can see Coach Hubbs and Lewis talking about it at third base. Three balls and 2 strikes. The pitch to Hanma. Down and inside. So a walk on the payoff pitch. Puts a runner at first base. Runners on the corners. Tying run at first base in the bottom of the 6th. 6-4 the score.
Now batting, number 46, Caden Gould.
Brings up Caden Gould. RBI single and a ground out for Gould. First pitch, in for a strike, 0-1. So Gould, his first start as a Springfield Drifter. Sophomore at Linfield and a graduate of North Eugene High School, played with Coach Kenny Niles. The 0-1. Chops a ball towards the right side of the infield. Long play for the second baseman, Fallen. He spins, throws, it gets away! That's going to score 1 run. Racing around third, and now stopping at third is Hanma. As the second error of the game for Walla Walla, scores a run and puts 2 in scoring position for Springfield here in the top of the 6th. I think I might credit that as a single and then an error on the throw. Lewis comes in and scores from third.
Number 17.
And it is 6-5. Hanma at third base. As now Aiden Gebhard is at the plate. Chance for a pair of ribbies. Grounds the ball right back up the middle. Talbot fields, underhands it to first base, and that'll end the inning. Springfield, they score 1 run on 2 hits with 1 error and 1 left stranded. We're headed to the 7th. It is 6-5 here from Springfield as we head to the 7th on the Drifters live stream.
What's up, Drifters Nation? For our last game of the night, we're going to be doing a hula hoop contest with Wilson and Jeep, sponsored by Papa's Pizza. How old are you guys? 7? 11. And they're both going to have 30 seconds to see who can keep the hula hoop up for the longest. Okay, on your marks, get set, go! 30, 29, 28, keep going! 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, great job Wilson, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, oh nice job, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, great job, congrats to our winner Wilson, thank you guys.
Attention Drifters fans. Now pitching, number 14, Kaden Harris. Now batting, number 46, Nigel Folland.
First pitch from Caden Harris. This is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. So Caden Harris into the game for Caden Richardson. Pop up, out towards the left side, into foul territory. Hanma gets called off by Chase 9 as he makes the catch to retire Nigel Folland for out number 1. Well, folks, this is the final time Davis Grai can come to the plate, and we can still have half-off alcohol sales. So, Grai, hopefully you strike out here. I don't mean that as an offensive way, but, you know, for the beer batter's sake and us going 2 for 2 in the first 2 games of the series, we hope we go 3 for 3. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to him, 0-1. So hoping to keep our beer batter streak alive up here in the booth. 6-5 the score in the top of the 7th inning. 0-1 pitch from Caden Harris. Fouled off. No balls and 2 strikes. So a strike away for a strikeout for Caden Harris, who's in for the second time this season for Springfield. Comes in for Caden Richardson, 1 inning pitch, 1 hit, 1 run. 2 walks and no strikeouts. The 0-2 pitch. Grounded towards the right side. Mullins collects, throws it to first base to retire Wright. So our beer batter streak comes to an end. I'm sad. Brings up Tristan Schaefer. Top of the order, back up for the Sweets as they lead by 1. So a couple of errors today for Walla Walla. No errors in the first 2 games. Got to thank Drew for that one. The broadcaster for the Sweets, as this is fouled away by Schaefer. He totally jinxed it. Leo said he would. Leo sitting over there at the third base side. Schaefer lifts the ball out towards right field. Nolan Miller makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Quick inning for Caden Harris on the mound. The Red Devil from Lower Columbia sends him down 1, 2, and 3. Time to stretch here in Springfield. The score is 6-5. Walla Walla with the lead here on the Springfield Drifters live stream.
All right, Drifters fans, get on your feet. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. Thank you, fans. Reminder, this is the last call. Concessions will be closing at the end of the 7th inning. Now batting, number 43, Noah Cox.
Noah Cox leading things off. First pitch from Jacob Talbot is swung on and miss. 0-1. Home run for Noah Cox. And his last time up, strikeout and a flyout. Before that, 0-1 pitch. In for a strike, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Cox. Talbot last inning allowed 1 run on 2 hits and 1 error. Hit out towards right field. It's a base hit for Noah Cox. He's 2 for 4. Brings up Chase Nye. He's 2 for 3 with a fly out to left field.
Now batting, number 1, Chase Nye.
Wind still picking up out towards left field. Nye at the plate, 2 for 3. Trying to go 3 for 4 here. Keep it up. First pitch. Gets past the catcher, Strother. It looked like Nye was showing bunt. Throw goes to second base, and it's a high one, but at second base safely is Noah Cox. So an opportunity here to tie for Springfield in the 7th. Tying run in scoring position. Bottom of the 7th inning, 6-5, Walla Walla with the lead. Nye, Dylan Carson, and Cooper Mullins, 3, 4, and 5. Hoping for an opportunity to drive in. Noah Cox standing at second. 1 ball and no strike. The 1-0 pitch. A little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes tonight. So the Sweets making the trip down to Springfield. Drifters will be up in Walla Walla for the final series of the year. So quite a bit of time away from each other. Last year we had Yakima Valley in the first road game and first home series. Pitch down and inside, 3 balls and no strikes. So we got those games done with right away. The first 6 games of the season all against Yakima Valley. Elsewhere in the WCL, Portland defeated Cowlitz 5-2 earlier today. That one at David Story Field in Longview. Nanaimo, they beat Bellingham 6-2. 3-0 pitch, down and away, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Chase 9. So 2 on, nobody out. Brings up Dylan Carson. Kamloops, they defeated Port Angeles 10-9 up at Civic Field. And there's a couple of games happening this evening. Colby Wattillo coming out to talk things over with Talbot. Right now in the top of the 4th inning, Ridgefield and Bend, they're tied 1-1. Wenatchee, they're up 2-0 against Yakima Valley. And right about to start is Kelowna and Victoria, the Harbor Cats and the Falcons. Last year, I got to make the trip up to Edmonton with the Springfield Drifters. That was a heck of a series. A lot of chaotic stuff. We got up there, and it was the day that the global power outage happened at the airports, and so our flight was canceled because our flight information all kind of went away in the morning. It was a big stoppage for a lot of travel that day. So the flight got delayed. They ultimately got on another flight that was supposed to leave at noon. Then the pilot got sick, and so then they had to get on another flight, leave around 2 o'clock, got to Calgary at about around 5 o'clock, and then they had to bus from Calgary to Edmonton because there was no flights from Portland to Edmonton that day, so they had to fly to Calgary, bus to Edmonton, and they didn't get to the ballpark until about 9 o'clock at night. That was just game number 1. Game number 2 was postponed due to fires as Carson swings and fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. And then day 3, they said no games. More smoke in the area. There was fires up in northern Alberta. It blew down towards Edmonton, and it was so smoky you couldn't play baseball on the Saturday. Sunday, originally there was going to be no games played. Then at the last minute, they got in 2 7-inning games as the smoke cleared a little bit. Pitch is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. But on that trip up, we got to go through Kelowna on the drive, and that was probably one of the highlights of the trip. Kelowna, a very beautiful place, right on Lake Okanagan. And in the Okanagan region, it is just stunning. Lots of wineries, lots of trees, huge lake. And the town of Kelowna, a beautiful sight right on Lake Okanagan, and the ballpark just a few blocks away from the lake. Definitely want to go back up there for a WCL game. 1-1 pitch. Carson drives the ball deep towards left field. Heading back to the track. It's off the top of the wall. Racing around third is Cox. The relay comes in. Cox is in there safely. We're tied. And now Strother trying to get into a rundown at second base with Nye, but he's back to second safely. All of that, and it's credited as an RBI single for Dylan Carson off the left field wall as he hit it pretty deep out towards left field. 334 feet, but it went just off the top of the wall. And Noah Cox comes in to score, and we're tied 6-6 in the bottom of the 7th. Wattillo takes the ball from Talbot. 2 on, nobody out, bottom of the 7th, 6-6. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is on the other half of this break here on the Drifters live stream.
Trevor Stowe. Now batting number 4, Cooper Mullins. And subbing in and running, number 27, Cesar Chavez.
So a couple of substitutions. Cesar Chavez is now in for Dylan Carson at first base. And now pitching, it's Trevor Stowe from Washington State. This is down and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Cooper Mullins. Up with the go-ahead run in scoring position at second base. 6-6 the score in the bottom of the 7th. Drifters trying to take the lead. They've trailed the entirety of the game after giving up 2 runs in the first inning. Mullins shows bunt, pulls it back, and the pitch misses down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Mullins, his dad and mom in attendance. Was talking about it earlier. Didn't know if Rob was out in Oklahoma City with the softball team. Saw him at the ballpark a little bit earlier. 2-0, Mullins bunts it towards the third base side, and it goes foul. 2-1. Always great to see Rob in the ballpark. It's great for him and his wife as they get to see their son during the summer. The thought last summer was that was going to be the final summer as a Drifter for Cooper. But he's back here for his 3rd season with the Drifters. Heading back to Ann Arbor after redshirting this season with the Wolverines. Still has the yellow batting gloves from Michigan with him. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch to Mullins. Pulls it back. Ooh, almost got hit. Had the bunt shown, trying to advance both runners with nobody out. As Nye's at second and Chavez is at first. 6-6 the score in the bottom of the 7th. 3-1 pitch to Mullins. Bunts it foul at the plate. So the count goes full. Three balls and 2 strikes. A full count to Mullins. Stowe dangles the arm and comes set. Payoff pitch. Mullins slaps it foul off the netting right above the dugout of the Sweets. So full count to Mullins as he stays alive. He's 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out to third. Three balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Mullins. Lines it towards left field. It's down for a base hit. Nye is going to be held up at third as Grai throws it in from left field. A single from Mullins loads them up. Bases loaded, nobody out, bottom of the 7th. The Drifters have an opportunity with Nolan Miller at the plate to take their first lead of the game.
22, Nolan Miller.
Miller 0 for 3 today after being the player of the game yesterday. He was the subject of the pregame conversation with Monty Tenney. First pitch down low. 1 ball and no strikes from Stowe, originally from Buffalo, Wyoming. A junior at Washington State, a transfer from College of the Desert in Palm Springs, California. Was ABCA Junior College All-American and first team All-Inland Empire League. 1-0. A little bit low, 2 balls and no strikes. Redshirted in 2023 and was a 4-year letter winner in baseball and golf. Two balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. A little bit low. 3-0 to Miller. In danger of walking in the go-ahead run. As John Porter Strother is out to talk things over with Stowe. Jacob Talbot, 1 inning pitch. 4 hits so far. Credited with 2 runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts. Is responsible for Nye at third and Chavez at second. 3-0 pitch. Fastball low, and the Drifters have the lead. It's an RBI walk for Nolan Miller. Bases still loaded, and nobody out. It's 7-6, Springfield with the lead.
DJ Lewis.
Brings up DJ Lewis. Double. Run scored his last time up. Pop up and a fly out in his prior 2 ABs. Takes a fastball for a strike, 92 miles per hour from the right-hander in Stowe. As he gets back in the zone. Infield comes in with the bases loaded, nobody out. Infielders with their toes on the grass. Pitch is down and away, another 92 mile per hour pitch. As Stowe has struggled to find the zone. One ball and 2 strikes. The pitch just connects with the black. Another fastball. 92 miles per hour and a spin rate at 23.49. Makes it come in a little bit quicker. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Lewis. The pitch. Breaking ball inside. 2-2. Springfield looking for a big explosive inning. 2-2. Fouls it off. Stays alive. Two balls and 2 strikes. And Lewis calls time. DJ from El Cerrito High School. Redshirted at UNLV this past season. One of a couple of Rebels on the squad. 2-2 pitch. Hits him. Ooh, that's got a sting. As he holds his arm as he heads to first base. Hope he's okay. Drifters score another run. It is 8-6. Right now the concern is DJ Lewis at first base as Randy Bruner is out to attend to him. Looks like there might be a pinch runner. Nope, they're going to keep him in the game. Looked like the home plate umpire was signaling something. It might be just a coach's meeting.
Now batting number 21, Logan Hunter.
So a hit by pitch scores a run. Lewis remains in the game at first base. He's the DH today. 3 runs have come in. Colby Wattillo is out. And this may be it for Trevor Stowe. As he gives the ball over to Wattillo, and a new pitcher is coming in. Well, you know who the new pitcher is on the other half of this break here on the Drifters live stream.
Pitching for Walla Walla, number 35, Owen Godinez. Now batting, number 21, Logan Hanma.
Logan Hanma now to the plate as Owen Godinez is now in the game. Pitch down and away. 1 ball and no strike to Hanma with the bases loaded. Nobody out still. We've had a total of 6 batters come to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th. Bases loaded after Trevor Stowe did not record an out against the 3 batters he faced. 1-0 pitch from Godinez gets away from the catcher, Strother. 2 balls and no strikes. All the runners stay in their spots. Mullins at third, Miller at second, and Lewis at first base. Final line for Jacob Talbot. 1 inning pitch, 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts. Still responsible for all 3 base runners after no outs once again. 2-0 pitch. Hanma takes down and away. 3 balls and no strikes. Officially over 2 hours into this ball game. Another long one here in Springfield. 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. In for a strike as Godinez finds the zone. Godinez, a freshman from Whitman, heading into his freshman season at Whitman. Originally from Walla Walla. Just graduated from Walla Walla High School. Inside, and it's a bases loaded walk. So the last 3 runs now have come in on a walk, a hit by pitch, and another walk. Mullins in from third. Miller goes to third base. Lewis advances to second. Caden Gould back to the plate. Still bases loaded. First pitch. Gould takes. The strike on the low inside corner. 0-1. Gould 2 for 3. 2 singles. Has an RBI and a run scored. 0-1 pitch. Looks at a strike. 0-2. So Godinez walks a batter to start his day. Talented left-handed pitcher that was a quarterback in high school at Walla Walla High School. The 0-2. Down and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes, and now going to be joining Coach Watillo at Whitman. So staying at home. Playing this summer at Borleski, his future home ballpark with Whitman. 1-2 pitch. Bounces in. Gets past Strother and in to score from third base is Nolan Miller. The Drifters extend the lead. That the 5th run of the inning. It's 10-6 as the Drifters have officially put up a crooked number. Two balls and 2 strikes. With now runners at second and third. Infield still in. Trying to keep it a 4-run game. Bounces in. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gould. First base is open for Godinez. 3-2 up and away, and it's a walk. So, last 4 batters, walk, hit by pitch, walk, and now another walk. Still nobody out.
Now batting, number 17, Aiden Gebhard.
Aiden Gebhard now comes up to the plate, the 9th batter of the inning. Still nobody out, bases loaded. First pitch. Gebhardt swings and drives it to center field. Schaefer makes the catch. He's going to throw it towards third. Tagging at second is Hanma. He gets to third base safely. In to score from third base is Lewis. And it's 11-6. Springfield with the lead. Sac fly.
Now batting, number 43.
So runners on the corners. A 5-run lead for Springfield. 6 runs in the innings so far. They only have 3 hits in the inning, but 6 runs. And now Noah Cox, who has one of the hits in the inning, led off with a single. He's 2 for 4. First pitch. Fouls it away to the first base side. No balls and 1 strike to Cox. In an inning that's lasted an eternity. This is the 3rd pitch of the inning for Walla Walla. Throw back towards first base. Back there safely is Gould. Bullpen's looking pretty barren for the Sweets right now. Looking down in the bullpen, it looks like just a few guys. Looks like 4 guys currently in the bullpen for the Sweets. 0-1. Cox fouls it away. 0-2. Ken Cox, a home run in the 5th. Had no home runs in 2 seasons at Umpqua Community College, a career .222 hitter. Does have an advantage as an ANWAC player playing in the WCL. Used to swinging that wooden bat. 0-2 pitch. Cox lines it towards shallow center field. And to make the catch is Schaefer. Throws it in, but Hanma scores from third base. It's the 7th run of the inning, and it's 12-6. Back-to-back sac flies. 2 outs. Officially, Trevor Stowe is responsible for 3 runs in no innings pitch. Chase Nye up with a runner at first. 2 outs. 12-6. The Drifters doubling up the Sweets. First pitch. Down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. 10th batter of the inning. Make it the 11th batter of the inning for Springfield. This is the offense that the team was hoping for, although they have been helped out a little bit today by Walla Walla's defense and pitching. Down and away, throw back towards first base, and back there safely is Gould. And you think about the Drifters and their struggles over their first 2 games. A large reason why they lost the first 2 games of the season were the walks and errors. In fact, 5 of 14 runs they gave up in the first 2 games were unearned. Pop up in the infield. The second baseman, Fallon, makes the catch to end the inning. Overall, 11 batters come up to the plate. 7 score with 1 left stranded after 3 hits in the inning. We're headed to the 8th. The score is 12-6. Drifters with the lead here on the Drifters live stream.
1, Trevor T.
Caden Harris back to the mound after an eternity. Harris goes back to work after a 1-2-3 seventh inning. Delivers a first pitch strike, 0-1 to Trevor T. Trevor T, Tanner Kern, and Zane Bidwell, 2, 3, and 4, due up against Harris. 12-6 the score, a swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes to T. Walk, a ground out. A strikeout looking, and a single and a run scored for T. Harris had no balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from the right-hander. Grounded towards third. Hanma jumps up off his glove, picks it up, throws to first base, and it can't be back picked by Cox. Oh, almost a highlight reel play for Hanma. And a tough play right there. I think it's going to go down as an error on the throw, the E5. So the second error of the game for Springfield puts a runner at first base. Tanner Kern back to the plate. First pitch from Harris, up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. So the Sweets in town. Corvallis and Marion, the only 2 teams not to play in the WCL yet. Marion have their first game coming up on Tuesday. Ground ball to the right side. Mullins at second. Flips it to 2. Gets 1 out there. Throw to first base. Not in time. Kern beats it. It's a fielder's choice play.
Now batting, number 57, Zane Bidwell.
Coming in today, Walla Walla 2-0. Portland also 2-0. Yakima Valley, Ridgefield Bend all 1-1. And the Drifters and Cowlitz 0-2 to start the season, with Corvallis and Marion in the South yet to play. Swing and a drive out towards right field by Bidwell. It's up, and making the catch in right field is Nolan Miller.
Now batting, number 40, Isaiah Chacon.
So it brings up Isaiah Chacon. 4 walks today for Chacon. Facing off against Caden Harris, the right-hander from Lower Columbia. He's worked efficiently. First pitch. In for a strike, 0-1. Now the Marion Berries, they had some trouble with their stadium, so they just announced yesterday they're going to be playing at Shetemecca Community College instead of Willamette. Stadium should be complete by next season, but they couldn't get it done by this season. The 0-1 a little bit high. 1 ball and 1 strike. A little bit fun with their name. They're the Marion Berries. Kind of like Marion Berries, the actual food you can get in Oregon. Kind of similar to the Sweets, because you got the sweet onions in Walla Walla. 1-1 a little bit high, 2-1. So it's kind of like putting a team in Gilroy and calling them the Garlic. So you kind of go with the food themed. So the Sweets, the sweet onions. Some people were confused on why they were called the Sweets, but that's certainly why. 2-1 a little bit high, and advancing to second base is Kern. If you don't know, Gilroy, the garlic capital of the world. Three balls and 1 strike to Isaiah Chacon, who might walk for the 5th time today. No throw back towards second base. Actually, a player from Gilroy that was a former WCL player playing down the road at PK Park right now, TJ Collier. Pop up out towards the left side, and it's out of play. Collier spent a couple of seasons at Pacific University up at Forest Grove. I believe he was a member of the Bend Elks. He actually played for the Sweets. He was a WCL veteran. He played for a few teams, I think, throughout his career. But he transferred from Pacific to Utah Valley this past season and spent his senior year at Utah Valley, and the Wolverines upsetting the Ducks yesterday in the Eugene Regional. Down low, and Chacon has walked. Man, 5 walks today at the plate.
Now batting number 43, Porter Strother.
So it brings up Porter Strother. UCC product at the plate with runners at first and second. 12-6 the score in the top of the 8th. Harris delivers a pitch for a strike. 0-1. Can look up right now and see how UCC is doing. Not UCC, UVU UCC. Strother, that's where he's from. The 0-1 a little bit low. Before I get to that, Ducks softball 4-1 Oklahoma in the top of the 6th inning. The Sooners right now leading the Ducks. 1-1. Harris delivers in a strike. 1-2. Oregon State, they're leading St. Mary's 15-2 in an elimination game. Utah Valley, Cal Poly, that game's a good one. This one grounded foul. We'll do the 1-2 again. That one's in extra innings. It is 6-6, Utah Valley and Cal Poly in the bottom of the 10th inning, happening at PK Park right now, just down the road. Talking about Centennial, where the ball that Dylan Corson hit, if you just stay on it, it eventually turns into MLK, where you head out towards Autzen Stadium and PK Park, literally just about 2 miles down the road. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Strother with 2 on and 2 out in the top of the 8th. 12-6 the score. 2-2. Looked at, called strike 3. Harris picks up his first strikeout and retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Actually, rather 1 error. As we'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning after 2 are left stranded. The score is 12-6 here on the Springfield Drifters live stream.
Batting, number 27, Cesar Chavez.
Cesar Chavez leading things out for the Springfield Drifters here on the bottom of the 8th inning. 12-6 the score. First pitch swinging. Chavez lines it out towards left field. Backing up is Grind, and he makes the catch for out number 1. One out, nobody on for Cooper Mullins. 2 strikeouts, a ground out, and a single. Mullins to the plate, left-handed hitter. Lefty on lefty battle with Godinez on the mound. The lefty fires in a pitch inside. 1 ball and no strikes to Mullins. So the Drifters leading by 6 on the verge of their first victory of the season. Godinez fires in a pitch near the knees of Mullins, but it misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. Two-0 pitch to Mullins. Fouls it off. 2-1. So the Drifters leading after a 7-run 7th inning. 7 runs on 3 hits last inning, with 3 pitchers coming in the game for Walla Walla. 2-1. Up and inside, 3-1. It's always that way in the first few series of the years. It feels like teams are certainly trying to figure out their roster. And I think that's the thing with Springfield here, is utilizing a lot of their pitchers just to see what they got these first 3 games. Mullins unloads on a pitch deep out towards right field, but the wind blowing it back. I think if the wind's blowing out towards right field, that one's going over the wall. But instead, it stays in the yard, and it's caught in right field by Richter for out number 2. 97 miles per hour off the bat of Mullins. And now Nolan Miller comes up to the plate. RBI walk last inning. Before that, 2 groundouts the first and 1 to shortstop. 12-6 the score, bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch, Miller takes down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Drifters have an off day tomorrow, and then they'll be back at the ballpark on Tuesday. Don't forget to come out and get your free Drifters hat. First 300 fans get a hat. Pitch is outside, 2 balls and no strikes. First 300 fans get a free hat on Tuesday. 2-0, swing and a miss, 2-1. Have not seen what the caps look like just yet, but you'll definitely want to come out. I've gotten a few free hats in my time with the Drifters. We had the camo hats last year, a nice trucker hat. I think we're going to be giving out those later on in the season as well. We had some pink hats that we gave away for one promotional night. Inside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Three-one to Miller. Outside, and it's a walk. So a walk extends the inning. It'll bring up DJ Lewis.
Now batting.
Lewis hit by a pitch last inning. Double before that. 2 runs scored today. First pitch. In for a strike, 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to DJ Lewis. The UNLV Rebel at the plate. Good to see him back at the plate after getting hit by a pitch. Looked like it definitely stung. Throw back towards first base, and back there safely is Miller. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, a big hack. 0-2. Godinez gets ahead. Dying stage of this game here at Hamlin Sports Complex. Drifters, last chance at insurance. 0-2, up and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. For Walla Walla, they're going to have the bottom of the order. Caleb Richter, Nigel Folland, and Davis Grai due up. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, a strikeout. To end the inning, 1 left stranded after 1 walk, no hits and no errors. No runs come in for Springfield. The score is 12-6 as we head to the 9th here on the Drifters live stream.
Attention Drifters fans, now on the mound for your Springfield Drifters, number 18, Michael Klein.
Could I count on you to be there to support me mentally? If I went back to a hoopty for my bands, would you and disappear like some of my friends? If I was hit and I was hurt, would you be by my side. If it was time to put in work, would you be down to ride? I get out and feel a nigga cap, chillin' drive. I'm asking questions to find out how you feel inside. If I ain't rap, cause I flip burgers at Burger King. Would you be ashamed to tell your friends you feeling me? In the bed, if I use my tongue, would you like that? If I wrote you a love letter, would you write back?
Now batting, number 32, Caleb Richter.
Caleb Richter leading things off here in the top of the ninth inning. The score is 12-6. Springfield with the lead. Looking to avoid the sweep and hang on as a new pitcher comes into the game. It is Michael Klein, the southpaw from the Central Valley. Klein, his second appearance of the young season, as the left-hander from Fresno City College. Misses up and inside. 1 ball and no strikes to Richter, followed by Nigel Folland and Davis Ryan. So the bottom of the order due up in the top of the ninth inning for Walla Walla. Trailing by 6. 1-0 pitch from Klein. It's upstairs, 2-0. Klein, he pitched against Walla Walla in game number 1. Walked 3 batters, struck out 2. To the 6 batters he faced in 1 inning pitch. No runs came in, though. That was the good news. 2-0 pitch. Fastball high, 3 balls and no strikes. It's been good to have Walla Walla in the ballpark. Good to see Leo Rivera and Elijah Maris back here. It was good to see both of them after they both spent the summer last year with the Drifters. 3-0 pitch in for a strike, 3-1. Maris just graduated from Linfield, and so he embarks on his coaching career with the Sweets this summer. Leo, this is his second summer coaching in the WCL. 3-1, it's down and away, and it's a walk to Richter. So leadoff walk for Walla Walla. So runner at first base. Nobody out. Nigel Folland to the plate. First pitch from Klein to Folland. Oh, called strike 3. I thought I had it as a walk, 3-2. Maybe I had it wrong. Maybe Kaylee screwed me up. Gonna blame her. Either way, it's a strikeout for Klein. No walk. So it's a strikeout to start the inning for Klein. 0-1. 12-6 the score, 1 out, nobody on. And Nigel Folland will now step in. Lefty on lefty battle here in the top of the ninth inning. First pitch, bunt shown, it's pulled back and it's a little bit high. Now Leo, last summer, he was with the Drifters as a coaching assistant, played for the Sweets during his time, played at Whitman and then transferred to LC State, graduated there and then embarked on his coaching career literally after graduating, just like Maris did last year. But coached for the Drifters. 1-0 pitch, looked at for a strike, 1-1. This past spring, he was at Seattle University, a volunteer assistant with the Red Hawks. So he got a spot at Division I after the summer with the Drifters. Down and away, 2 balls and 1 strike. Asked him how it went, and he said, didn't necessarily have the best year offensively and overall as a team. But he was happy to be back in Walla Walla. 2-1 pitch. Grounded towards the right side. Picking it up is Mullins, the throw to first base in time. 2 outs, nobody on.
Now batting, number 36, Davis Gry.
So Davis Gry will come up to the plate with 2 outs in the top of the ninth. Asked him if he was thinking about going back to Seattle University. Didn't really sound like it. Kind of a we are never getting back together type of situation. Shouldn't say never, but who knows. No balls and 1 strike to Gry. Gry today, couple of ground outs. The walk. Foul back, 0-2. So the Sweets down to their final strike. Drifters on the verge of their first victory of the season. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch from Klein. Popped up, out of play. It would take a miracle right here for Walla Walla to come from behind. They would score 6 with just 1 out to work with. Down to their final strike. Klein shakes. Now nods. The 0-2 pitch. Grounded towards short on one hop, Nye Fields. The throw to first base. In time. Drifters win. 12-6 the final as Springfield puts up 7 runs in the 7th inning to win by 6, 12-6. They avoid the sweep against Walla Walla and improve to 1-2 on the season. Drifters win in a game that lasted a little under 3 hours, the quickest one so far of the series. We'll take a quick timeout, get you the stats, and let you know who the player of the game, plus the winning pitcher, losing pitcher, and everything else on the other half of this break here on the Drifters live stream.
Fans, today's Les Schwab player of the game is Noah Cox. Drifters fans, thank you for coming. We hope to see you at our next home game on Tuesday, June 3rd at 6:35 p.m. for Drifters Ball Cap giveaway night as we take on the Bend Elks in a 3-game series. Please drive home safely and have a great rest of your night. As always, stay drifty.
Springfield wins 12-6 on game number 3 of the 3-game series to avoid the sweep against Walla Walla. 12-6 the final after the Drifters scored 7 runs in the 7th inning. Caden Harris, he picks up the win today. 2 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout. Noah Dewey started the day through 2 innings, allowed 1 hit, 2 runs. Billy Dotson came in through an inning. Jackson Walker threw an inning. AJ Viktorovich threw an inning, and Caden Richardson also threw an inning before Michael Klein wrapped things up with an inning of his own. And he had a 1-2-3 inning with a strikeout. Overall, the Drifters pitching staff struggled a little bit to start. A total of, let's see here, 9 walks today and a couple of hit by pitches by the pitching staff, but they kind of picked up as of late. The 7-run 7th certainly helped, and Caden Harris had back-to-back zeros on the board in the 7th and 8th inning to help the offense out. And they certainly helped him out as he gets the win. Picking up the loss today is Jacob Talbot. He threw an inning, allowed 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, and no strikeout. Aiden Rady, 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 earned runs with a walk and 4 strikeouts. Trevor Stowe, he threw no innings recorded, no out to 3 out, 3 runs with 1 hit, a walk and a hit by a pitch. Owen Godinez, final line, 2 innings pitched with no hits, 1 run, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Springfield will be back in action coming up on Tuesday. They have a game at 6:35 against the Bend Elks. We'll have the pregame show at 6:15. Stick around for that game. And again, don't forget to come out to the ballpark. We got free hat giveaway coming up on Tuesday. It's the Drifters and Elks coming up on Tuesday. First 300 fans get a free Drifters baseball cap. Springfield wins 12-6, and that'll do it for us here today. I'm Knight Jarecki saying so long from Springfield. We'll see you on Tuesday, but until then, stay drifty.